Is the No Limits partnership a first step towards a formal military alliance?
That's a really good question, and I think that it does open up the possibilities for a formal military alliance, but I think it's much more than that. If you look at China and Russia, both countries have incredible military power, both on the conventional side as well as on the nuclear side. Russia, for example, is not looking for China to provide it military support in Ukraine. Neither is China, for example, in the case of Taiwan, nor does China need Russian military support. What the two of them need is support on the political and economic side. And that links to this conversation that we've been having in DC, but also elsewhere. Should Russia invade Ukraine, what are actions that the United States, NATO could take? That includes significant political and economic sanctions and financial sanctions that the United States, NATO, and the West could impose on Russia. And that's what Russia needs help on. Russia needs China's help to restrain these sanctions.
Okay, fair enough, Bonnie. If we could take a step back, though, in terms of Russia and Ukraine and a potential invasion, we've got signs that Russian forces are at about 3/4 or about 70% capacity of the size of force they would need to forcibly take Ukraine. So this is getting kind of worrying. Would it be fair to say that despite the support that China is showing Russia, which we've just been talking about, with regard specifically to Ukraine, China or Beijing would prefer still a diplomatic solution to this situation?
Yes. Beijing would prefer for the solution to not escalate into a hot conflict. That's because if it does escalate, then it actually imposes significant questions on what Beijing will do. Beijing, as you know, has a relatively strong relationship with Ukraine. So should Russia invade, that would upset Beijing's relationship with Ukraine. But it would also mean that if China does support Russia politically and economically, China would have to bear costs from the United States and from the West. So China, to the extent possible, would like to not bear those costs. So China would prefer the crisis to continue as is or de-escalate a bit. And China does appreciate that having a crisis in Ukraine does distract the United States and Western attention to focus on Russia and Ukraine and not on competition with China.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.